What's going on, guys? This is Chandler Smith, and one of the biggest questions I get asked is, Chandler, is investing in real estate right for me? What are the pros? What are the cons? And do you think it's a good fit for my situation? Now, before I jump into this video, you need to know that I am absurdly biased when it comes to investing in real estate. I have 99 units of rental real estate myself, and I absolutely love investing in real estate. However, I wanna make sure that you understand the cons as well, because for some people, the cons outweigh the pros. So make sure you stick around to the end of the video so that you can see the negatives of investing as well and make an educated decision for you and your family. Before we jump into it though, make sure you push the like button and subscribe to the channel and hit the little bell. That way you can be notified of all of my other videos, because my goal is to help you to create a huge passive income and learn everything you need to know about investing in real estate and finance. Now, with all of that being said, the first big thing you need to know about investing in real estate is cash flow. And what cash flow is when you're renting to people, you've got all these tenants that every month are paying rent. Now, out of that rent, you've got to pay your mortgage and any other expenses, but everything that's left over you keep, and that is cash flow. It is your take home cash. And what's so cool about cash flow is if you purchase a property properly, you're going to be taking anywhere from 10 to 20% on your return. And if you buy really smart, you can even get a higher percent return than 20% just on your cash flow. So it's a huge way to get passive income coming in every single month. The next big pro of investing in real estate is appreciation. Now, when you purchase a property, you've got two things at play. You've got inflation, which means that your cash in the bank is going down in value every single day. And you've got appreciation, which means that your property is going up in value every single day. And the combination of these two means that when you buy a property, every single day it's becoming worth more and more. This can be anywhere from 3 to 5%, which is where the average is, but some years you have even more. As a matter of fact, on a lot of my properties this year, I had over a 10% appreciation on my property values. And so that's just on top of the return you already got from cash flow that is getting locked away in your property that is now increased in value. The next big pro I want to talk about is principal paydown. Now, I talked about paying your mortgage as an expense, but a portion of that mortgage also goes into paying down what you owe on the property. So it's like putting a portion of money into a savings account that is your property. It's just another way that you're getting a return on your investment. Now, these are all of the huge pros with earning money, but you also save money when it comes to taxes. You have something called depreciation, which means that every year you own your property, the government says you get to take depreciation, which goes against your income. And so if you do this properly, not only are you making this huge return, but you're not paying tax on it. And that's just one of those huge advantages the government gives you for investing in real estate. Now, I'm sure you're thinking, wow, these are a ton of pros, and you're right. And just to top it off, it also is passive income. If you get a management company to manage your properties, you literally sit back and don't have to do anything other than finding the property, purchasing it, and then you let it just do its thing as it rakes in the cash for you every single month. So I've hit on the pros super hard, but I want to talk about some of the cons, because the reality is there are some risks investing in real estate. Now, I believe that the pros way outweigh the cons, but I still want you to know about the cons so that you can make an educated decision on whether it's worth it to jump into investing in real estate. So the first big thing you need to be aware of is you're dealing with people. And what happens when you deal with people is crap happens. And so when you've got tenants, if you're managing your property on your own, a lot of times you've got to deal with crazy tenants. You've got to deal with tenants fighting with other tenants. You've got to deal with evictions. You've got to deal with collecting rent. You've got to deal with showing your properties before they purchased. So there are tons of things that have to do with people. And if you don't feel comfortable hiring a management company and you want to do it yourself, but that stuff isn't your jam, investing in real estate might not be a good fit for you. And that's that's why I always push people to get a management company, because it makes this a passive investment. If you don't make this a passive investment, it's just another job. And in my opinion, it doesn't pay well enough to have you manage your property on your own. On top of dealing with people, one of the other big cons is the liability you're taking on. When you own a property and someone's living in it, you've got to make sure that you don't have a gas leak. You've got to make sure that your steps are put together so someone doesn't fall down and break a hip. You've got to make sure that you've taken care of your property so that something doesn't happen to someone, because if it does, the liability is on you. And for a lot of people, that's a lot of stress and a lot of risk. However, there are tons of ways you can mitigate this risk by getting your property in an LLC, by getting the proper insurance, and by making sure that you've got the proper checks and balances to keep your property up to a level that's going to take care of your tenants. Another big con is you are subject to the market. I mean, you've seen recently we've had some crazy things happen in our market, and those things do affect the value of homes and potentially even the rents of these homes. So you've got to make sure that you lock away at least 6 months and preferably a year of reserves, so that if the economy smacks you, or people can't pay rent, or you run into a natural disaster, or one of the many different things that can happen, you make sure you're prepared with reserves and you understand that bad things can happen. Now, I'm sitting here and I wanted to give you a long list of cons, but the reality is I think that's about it. I mean, you do have some risk and crap can happen, but if you put away the proper reserves, if you protect yourself from your liability, if you do all of the right things, really, it's a very passive investment that pays a huge return. The only other potential con I can see is it takes some time to educate yourself. And if you don't want to educate yourself and you partner with the wrong person or get the wrong advice, you can end up in a real financial bind, making improper decisions. So you want to make sure that you educate yourself and you understand everything that goes into it. But in my opinion, you can structure investing in real estate in the right way for you to where I believe it should work for anyone, because there are so many different ways to structure it. I mean, you could get in a partnership with someone that you trust. You can get a management company. You can do all of these things to mitigate your risk and make it so that you're not involved. And I promise you there's a way to structure it so that real estate investing can be right for you. I personally just don't see another investment that has this many upsides with such few downsides. However, if you can't stomach the downsides, maybe you should just leave your money in the bank. However, remember, there is inflation, which means every year you leave that money in the bank, it's going to lose a little value. So if you can handle the loss of a little value and you've got all the money you want, maybe that's an okay fit for you. However, I truly believe that real estate investing is the best investment out there. And if you can't stomach it, that's okay. But I truly believe putting in the proper checks and balances and systems, anyone should be able to get to a place where investing in real estate is a good fit for them. Now, if you enjoyed the video, please push the like button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure you hit that bell, because that way you're gonna get notified for every one of my other videos. And in those videos, my goal is to help you make the smart financial decisions that help to create a huge passive income for yourself. So again, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and have a great day.